Hello people, today I have another video with spoons. I have in mind this color over this color, and I'm going to be doing a marble effect. And I am going to be using some fabric from Joann's. I will try to leave a link in the description if I can. It's a special fabric that my buddy discovered and asked if I could see. Well, actually he didn't ask if I could see because he's done marble a lot better, but to see if this would be a decent shortcut for it. He also picked some up, so hopefully we'll see some interesting marbling effects on his stuff pretty soon. But this one I'm going to try because it's kind of already pre-spread. If you've seen videos on how to do marbling, you kind of have to make some, like wipies for babies' butts, or the similar type of wipes, like Armor All wipes for your car, something like that, that doesn't have any chemicals in it. You've already cleaned them out, rinsed them off, etc. And what you do is you kind of spread out the fibers, and you put that over here, and you're going to spray through it. At least that's one method. Another method is to put it on as the paint is still wet and then remove it to see if you can't get an interesting pattern or effect that way. So first I'm going to try here. This is a already painted white spoon. You can see I left a little gap here, but this one is a used spoon. I'm going to go ahead and reuse them as much as I can. So this is a white painted spoon, and I'm going to put the blue, and that's this one, over it to see what kind of effect I can get out of this. I'm looking for a marbled sort of, like, an underwater theme, like maybe on a Zagok or something like that, where I can have those light line effects underneath the water that you see in some pictures. I'll show you on the screen right now what I'm looking for. So just the light lines that come from overhead onto like a shadow effect, but the opposite, of course, it's light lines. So we're going to see what that looks like on this. And then alternatively, I'm going to spray on another one of these spoons, and that's going to be the alternative style. Is I'm going to put that on over the wet and pull it off. That usually works better on some fabrics or on like those the plastic bag technique that I've seen. But I wanted to do the version where you cover it up like so. Basically, I'm going to hold it like this. I'm going to try to spread some of these out so they aren't too close, like these here. So spread them out like so, and then spray the blue over that, so when this comes off, you'll see the blue on the majority, and then wherever this was, you should still see white and faded into the blue. So it's kind of a shortcut technique over what you would see with the wipes. Let's see if it works. Alright, so as you saw, I painted that in a very light shade of blue. Let's go ahead and take this off, see how it looks. And I probably didn't let that dry long enough, but I'm really curious as to see how that looks. And I think that looks really good. And it's almost exactly the effect that I wanted. So what I plan on doing is putting that on like the surface of, like the top surface of a Gundam or model kit. So say example, we got this guy. So I plan on using that effect on the top, the shoulders, probably some of the legs, like whatever sticks out, so that we have that sort of effect on this part here, whatever is sticking out. And that way it would look like it was under the water and the light is shining on it. Now, Obviously, you're going to use probably a couple more tones, so probably use a darker blue over that and see how that looks. You know, it's going to look as good as you want to make it, but I think this one is actually really good. So I'm going to keep this one aside, and thank you, Mr. Fly. See how I like that. The other way I was going to, let's put it down face up in case it needs to dry. I have another spoon here, and I'm going to try doing it where I put it on wet. And this is just a plain spoon. I sanded this one down. I'm going to put blue on here pretty thickly. And then we will see how it looks if I put this on over it and just pull it off. So that's going to be a one-step video. Let's see how that goes. So I had a feeling that might not work on account of this is really hot weather, and it dried so fast that just came right off like nothing. And yeah, that happened. So I mean, airbrushing, it's hit or miss how fast things are gonna dry. It dries pretty quick, and yeah, so that one's probably not the best technique unless you're doing hand brush painting, which, you know, I think that might be worth a try. So let's do the opposite then. So we have a blue base. We'll paint a white over it and see if we can get the opposite look of this. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I got a cramp in my thumb. Let's see what this one looks like. So there's a very different feel to one and the other. I happen to really like this one. Mostly, I think that the very light coat made it look a little bit nicer, and the speckled effect probably helped too. So I sprayed this one from further away than this one, pretty far away. But I think the white fading to the blue looks better than the blue fading to the white. I think you're going to get this effect on higher contrast things. The first time I tried it, again, I will show you that on the screen, was with a blue, gold, and white to make it look like natural marble, like, you know, the stone. And the pattern is a little bit small to have a natural look, but I think it came out pretty good. It did have the same effect as this one. You see the smaller veins there. It looks pretty cool, but I like this one a lot. I think with the white on the top, it definitely has the effect that I was going for. But still, maybe if I try a lighter shade of blue on this one, I can also do a similar look. With the fabric pulled tight in this direction, I think that gave it a little bit different of a feel than this one, which I kind of left a little bit looser. You can see where I did pull it over here too to spread those thicker ropes out, the thicker portions of the fabric out. But still, it's a different look than this one is for sure. I would say that you're going to probably get a better effect with lighter colors over dark. So definitely keep that in mind, at least with this particular effort. I think that if you try different materials, some with maybe smaller, I mean, because you see this, it's pretty thin fabric in terms of what you have here. But those little nets inside them, I think that's where you get a lot of the fun, because like a, you could see where there's actually holes in all of them. So that allows some of the paint to get through and gives you a different effect. Whereas the thicker ones, they're just bright contrast, you know, you get all that all right there. These flies are killing me. Get out of my shed. In any case, you are welcome to this technique. Like my buddy said, I think this makes for a great video tutorial, and this is a very easy way to get these marble effects very simply, because you don't have to stretch anything out. Everything is just here right out of the gate. You know, you just have your effect right here, and you know, the more you play with it, I think the better the effects you're gonna get. This one's definitely worth a shot though, guys. I think you're gonna like it. That is if you are into the marble effect. I've seen some pretty crazy stuff done in marble. A lot of people like to do like a RX-78, which is the standard Gundam, in a marble effect to make it look like a statue. It does have a very nice look. And I think with some clear coat between each stage, I think you can try different depth to it. Or, you know, if you want to add more colors, that's something you can try too. Like I said, the first one I did was gold, black, and white, whereas these ones are just 2 colors. So just wanted to keep it simple, guys, and that is going to be it for this video. I realized that I took way too long. So I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely you'll see my stuff. Bye-bye.